Welcome to The Explainer. If you're a mid-career professional in India, someone who has already crossed that critical 5-year mark of work experience, you are probably wrestling with a really massive dilemma right now. We've been looking deep into this, and it turns out choosing between a traditional 2-year flagship program and a 1-year executive MBA isn't just about managing your time. It's a choice that can literally derail or entirely accelerate your career momentum. You already know you need an MBA to break through to that next level of leadership, but the anxiety of picking the right format? Yeah, that's probably keeping you up at night. It's a massive investment, so let's figure this whole thing out together.
All right, here is our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at the 5-year crossroads, the real money math behind opportunity costs, the missing summer internship, campus placement realities, and finally, making your ultimate choice. Let's get straight into it. Now listen to this. You're not a good fit for a 2-year MBA, and it will be really difficult to get you placed. Ouch, right? This isn't some theoretical caution we just made up. That is a direct quote from a real candidate's interview experience at MDI, which was shared recently on a CAT preparation subreddit. An admissions panelist flat out told a candidate with higher work experience that they'd be a tough sell. And this perfectly highlights the structural recruiter bias against highly experienced candidates in traditional 2-year programs. It's a harsh reality, but it's one we absolutely have to confront right out of the gate.
The 5-year crossroads. Okay, so when you hit 5 years of experience, the idea that an MBA is just an MBA is a really dangerous illusion. These two formats are built for entirely different people. The traditional 2-year IIMPGP is fantastic, absolutely, but with an average work experience of just 2 to 3 years, it is fundamentally designed for career explorers and switchers, people who need time to figure out their path. But on the flip side, the 1-year formats, like the IIM PGPX or ISB's PGP, are engineered specifically for career accelerators. The expectation here is that you already have serious domain expertise, and you're there to sharpen your leadership skills, not to learn the absolute basics of corporate life.
It's actually fascinating to see how age and experience completely alter the fabric of the classroom. In a flagship ISB PGP, the percentage of students over 35 is tiny. We're talking maybe 1 to 2%. But look at an executive 1-year track like the IIM PGPX. It jumps to 5 to 10%, with the average age hovering around 30 to 32. And if you look at modular programs like ISB PGP Max, they're the absolute majority. What does this mean for you? It means when you step into a 1-year program, you are learning from a highly seasoned peer group. The case discussions aren't just textbook theory, they're grounded in the real progressive work experience of your classmates.
Section 2, the real money math. So we really need to reframe the conversation here and look at the massive hidden factor of opportunity cost. On paper, sure, the direct fee for a 1-year executive MBA, which ranges from about 35 to 42 lakhs, looks higher than the 25 to 27 lakhs for a 2-year flagship program. But you know what? That is only half the equation. The real cost is what you are giving up to sit in that classroom. With a 1-year program, you forfeit 1 year of your current salary and miss 1 promotion cycle. With a 2-year program, you are giving up 2 full years of income, 2 years of bonuses, and 2 whole years of seniority progression. For a mid-career professional, that is an enormous financial sacrifice.
Let me put that into perspective with a staggering real-world number: 7.5 million rupees or 75 lakhs. If you're a candidate currently earning 35 lakhs a year, which, by the way, is a very realistic pre-MBA income for someone applying to IIM Ahmedabad's PGPX, and you choose a 2-year MBA, you are losing 70 lakhs in foregone salary alone. And that's on top of your tuition fees. That pushes your real total cost near a whopping 1 crore. By contrast, a 1-year program caps that income loss at 35 lakhs, making the true total cost significantly cheaper for high earners. This is exactly why 1-year programs target experienced professionals. It just makes financial sense. Section 3, the missing summer internship. Now let's talk about perhaps the most misunderstood trade-off of the accelerated format, the internship. The 2-year program relies heavily on the summer break. That 8-week summer internship is an incredible advantage if you are a career switcher. It gives you a safe, low-risk environment to test out a brand new function or a completely new industry before committing to it full-time. If you are starting from scratch and want to pivot from, say, IT into investment banking, that internship is the absolute perfect vehicle for you. But if you lose the internship in a 1-year format, what do you actually get instead? Well, you get roughly 80% of a 2-year workload compressed into 12 very intense months. The pace is incredibly dense and case-heavy right from week 1. It's designed to offset the missing internship by allowing you to immediately apply high-level frameworks to your past work experience. Plus, many institutes fold in live consulting projects and mentorship modules. It's all about maximizing time for professionals who already know their target direction and just need fast-tracked, rigorous learning to get there.
Section 4, Placement Realities and Bias.
We have to be totally objective about the harsh truth when it comes to campus placements. Recruiters distinctly divide their focus depending on the program. Companies visiting two-year programs are overwhelmingly hunting for management trainees and entry-level managers. And you can see how this creates massive friction for a professional with 5 to 8 years of experience. A recruiter simply cannot place a highly experienced professional into a junior trainee track, and frankly, they usually don't even have senior roles budgeted for that specific campus visit. It is just a structural mismatch.
Returning to that Reddit candidate's experience, the consensus out there is really clear. While two-year programs can be an uphill battle for senior candidates, the one-year programs flip this dynamic entirely. Programs like IIMGuru and ISB bring in dedicated recruiters who are looking specifically for executive-level talent. They want domain leaders. They literally want your 5+ years of experience. In this format, you aren't fighting against a system built for 23-year-olds. You are stepping into a recruitment pipeline that was built exactly for you. Section 5. Making your final choice.
Let's translate all this data into a practical framework that you can actually use. Before you spend a single rupee on an application fee, you need to pass what we call the 3 gates. Gate 1, proof of skill. Do you legitimately have 4 to 8 years of real managerial or progressive functional experience? Because if your work history is thin, you just won't survive the case discussions in a 1-year program. Gate 2, proof of communication. Can you clearly justify why a 1-year fast track is the right move for you? Saying, I can't afford 2 years off is a great answer. Saying, everyone else is doing it is definitely not. Gate 3, proof of value. Have you actually spoken to a recent alum from your target program about their real ROI? Did the jump in their career justify the intense year they put in? So the absolutely crucial point to take away from this explainer all boils down to this one provocative question. Are you looking for a career launchpad or a career accelerator? If you're exploring, pivoting from scratch, and have fewer years of experience, the 2-year launchpad is likely your best bet. But if you have put in the time, built your domain expertise, and you want to sprint to the executive level without sacrificing 2 years of mid-career income, well, the 1-year accelerator is waiting for you. The key is to choose the path that perfectly matches your momentum. Good luck!